Welcome everyone to the last lesson of beginning JavaScript. It's been a real pleasure so far, and let's get through this one, okay? All right. Alrighty. So we are at lesson 6, and it's been a lot of fun. Um, yeah, let's just get started with this. Bang this out. Okay. Schedule. You guys don't need to know about this. All right, so here's some review from lesson 5. So, how do you assign random numbers to variables? Does anyone have an idea? Let's give you guys a minute, or you can just pause it. I don't know why I say give you guys a minute and then give you the answer in 10 seconds. So yeah, just pause it if you feel need to. Or you got the answer? Great. Okay, well, you make a random call. So you call random and then put two variables like, 1 to 5, and it'll give you all the numbers from 1 to 4.999. How do you make variables? Okay, well, this one you guys should know by now, but in case we need some extra review, let's just, yeah. Okay, sounds good. So you want to say var, var, and then, like var x equals to 5, var pencil equals to 10, whatever you want. And finally, how do you make if statements? Okay. All right, I'm hearing some good answers. Yep, exactly. So you want to say if, and then in some parentheses, you want to put a Boolean condition, and then you want to have two curly brackets. And inside those curly brackets, you have some code that runs. All right, good work so far. So today's overview, today we're going to finish the dice project, which we kind of started from last week. We're going to start a new mini project, the double dice and the bouncing ball. All right, so here's the guidelines for the double dice project. We kind of went over this last lesson, but yeah, it's always good to go over it and review. So we're gonna create a new project, a double dice project. Then we're gonna copy and paste code from a single dice project and from the single dice project, and we're gonna paste it twice. So we're gonna essentially make two different dice. And then we're just going to change the variables for one set of code. Like we're going to change, uh, you know, there's going to be two different counters. And we're going to change the coordinates for all the code. So we're going to make it so that there's two different random numbers because otherwise it would just be two dice that give the same number, which is not really what we want. We want to have two random dice because that makes it more fun. And then, uh, you know, we want to change all the coordinates so that the dice aren't overlapping each other. So that's all you need to know. Uh, that's all you really need to do. But I would recommend doing it. That should take you about, if you have your dice project completed, it should take you like max 5 minutes. So you guys can just go ahead and pause the video. Okay, let's continue. So now we're going to go and move on to the bouncing ball project. So for the bouncing ball project, we're going to create a new project and we're going to create a ball that moves with animation. We're going to make the ball switch directions when it hits the edge of the screen so it looks like it bounces off. So I don't know, this game might be too old for you guys, but maybe Pong. Like if you play Pong, you notice how the ball not only bounces off the screen, but it also, bounces off a paddle or something like that. So that's definitely something that can kind of stem from this project. And here's just an optional thing. You can change the ball size to shrink and grow as it hits the wall. Make sure the ball never gets too small to be seen. So let's go over some hints first. We're going to use the draw function loop to make our ball be animated. Then we're going to use the if statements to change where the ball is going when it hits a wall. So maybe some hints are to think about your car project that you did. Like if the X position equals to 400, I want you to go the other way. Or, that's just throwing it out there. And how do you make sure that a ball gets multiplied by a negative number every time you go backwards? What kind of variables are you changing? Remember, the dimensions of the screen are 400 by 400 pixels. And these are just some additions. All right, let me give you guys some time to do this, and then we will go over the answer. All right, pause the video. Thank you. Alrighty, so hopefully you guys have had enough time to think about this project. So, as you can see, the magic is happening on the screen right now. But let's unravel this, shall we? Okay, so I mean, pretty standard. You first have your no stroke, then you have your variable x, y, x position, y position. Interesting. Then we have a draw loop. Fill white, fine. We're gonna draw our ellipse, which is our ball. You know what? I'll say draw ball. Okay. Then we're gonna update the position. So x plus equals to x position times 5. So what does that mean? Well, it's going to continuously update the x position of the ball, which makes the ball glide across the screen. Y in this case, updates by 3. Let's toggle the value a little bit. Let's do 6. So as you can see, the ball looks like it's going more upward. Let's do 10. Look at that. It looks like it's going up and down. But 1 doesn't really look like it's doing that much. So let's take it back. So, that looks kind of cool. Now we're going to switch the direction of x. So this is what I was kind of talking about earlier. So we're going to use a lot of if statements. If x is greater than 400 minus 10, interesting. Then you're going to do xp equals to minus. So what is xp? And why do we make it minus 1? Well, when we make the x position minus 1, it's essentially making the ellipse, or sorry, the ball go backwards. Because when you multiply it by a factor of minus 1, it goes in whatever direction it came from. So as you can see, it gives it the illusion that the ball is going backwards when it gets hit, which is kind of cool. Else if xp is less than 0 plus 10, so if x, let's just say, when the ball gets to the leftmost part of the entire screen, you're going to say xp is 1 because you want the ball to go positively, because you can't really, if you go too much more negative, you're going to go off the screen. And the same principle is applied to the y coordinates. So if the y coordinates is 2, if it goes to the top upper half of the screen, the top side, we want it to become negative. We want the ball to go down because we want it to stay in the screen. And if the ball hits the bottom part, the bottom side of the screen, we want the ball to be ricocheted up. So that's kind of how we do this project, and I think it's super cool. Now, if you guys did take the challenge to make the ball appear like it's shrinking and growing as it bounces, here's just how they did it. Unfold it. So we have a variable called ball width, and this looks really wonky. It's kind of random with ball width, but still very cool, very cool indeed. To be honest, I didn't expect anyone to try and attempt this, but this is how whoever made this, I don't know if I can credit them, created by Send Examples. Okay, so yeah, whoever did this, oh, oopsies. That's basically how they did this. So good for them. Now, here are some extra projects that you can do. Oh, wait. Okay, this is something that I think you guys could all tackle, especially because we did this before. Why don't you guys apply your knowledge of mouse X and mouse Y? And if you need a quick refresher, mouse X and mouse Y track the X and the Y coordinates of your mouse cursor. So by using that, maybe you could make the ball change color based on where you move your mouse. That could be kind of cool. Especially because we did that we did a rectangle project like that. So I think it was 2 lessons back. But anyway, now here are some extra projects because we're at the finish line. A car that goes forward if you don't press the mouse and goes backwards if you press the mouse. That'd be kind of cool. A scenic rainfall. So it's just rain droplets continuously falling over and over. That's more like a loop that you could do. A beautiful nature scenery where rain falls and flowers grow. That would be crazy. And then, yeah, why don't I give you guys? We can go over these if you guys just want to see some cool examples. Actually, we don't have the scenic rainfall of beautiful nature scenery, but we do have the car that goes backward and forward. So I'm not going to go over the code for this one because I would like you guys to try and do this one yourself. But if you have the chance, if you have the time to do it, of course. But this is just how it works. So the car that goes forward if you don't press the mouse. But now, oh, I have to hold the mouse. Okay. So if I hold the mouse, it goes backward. And like that. Yeah. I really like cars, so I could play this for hours. No joke. No joke. All right. Anyway, yes. So we have finally reached the end. Congratulations. I am super proud of you guys, those who stuck through with it. And, I made a lot of mistakes on Google Slides, so thank you for bearing with me. I hope I see some of you guys on Zoom during the sessions. I also do teach JavaScript, so it'd be great. But besides that, thank you so much. And yeah, have a great day. Let me end this real quick. All right. Bye.